In July 2009, the Tulsa World began a story on Jerisha Walker. The goal was to find out what happens to foster kids once they aged out of the system. Walker spent 13 years of her life in the foster care system in Oklahoma. And during that time, she lived in 26 different homes, a couple of group homes, and some shelters too. Of all those homes, she says 2 of them were good experiences. And of those 2, only one is somewhere she'd consider being adopted. Often when she changed homes, she changed schools too. And that left Jerisha in the same situation as 2/3 of all kids in Oklahoma's foster care system, 18 years old and no high school diploma. Here are some clips from episode 2 and 3 of our ongoing series. To watch the full mini-film and read the stories, go to tulsaworld.com/after18. Today we catch up with Jerisha Walker in the midst of her attempt to get a GED. About 2/3 of all the kids who spend time in foster care in Oklahoma, they don't have a high school diploma or a GED when they age out. Which brings up the question, why not? What keeps foster kids from getting their high school diploma while they're in the state's care? And what do they do now? What are their options? And how difficult is it for them to keep going down the path to higher education? Describe to me what it's like trying to get your GED right now.
It's excruciating.
Basically, Jerisha says the GED classes she has to take are boring. Despite the efforts of the teacher, the class has to review topics that aren't on her level. So for Jerisha, the classes seem like another waste of time. Another hoop to jump through.
I really want to stick to something. Like, never been able to do that. Never, ever have been able to stick to something.
As far as sticking with something, it's a common problem for anyone her age. Life moves fast at 18. But Jim Walker says it's an even bigger problem for foster kids.
Often when these kids are in the foster care system, if there is a problem in the home, in the foster home, often a worker drives up and tells the kid, we're moving you, get your stuff, you're leaving. And it is their life experience that if there's a problem, a significant issue, you don't stay. Either someone moves you or you need to leave.
That's one of the reasons it's hard for foster kids to graduate high school. Most of the time when a kid changes foster homes, they change school districts too. Even though DHS tries to keep kids in the same school when they switch families, it doesn't always work out.
It's not uncommon if you transfer schools that your credits don't necessarily transfer with you. Class you could be taking one school might not even be offered in another school. So you've got all this disruption that's going on, so it's really not surprising. Actually, I'm more surprised when our kids do well in school.
So can you list for me the high schools that you've been to?
I think about foster homes. Let's see. I went to Webster for about 5 months my freshman year. And then when I came back, I went to Union. And then I went to the shelter. And I went to Central for 4 days before I went to a foster home. Then I went to Preston. And then after that, I went to Broken Arrow South. And then, I guess, Tulsa Hope. Look, I think that's it.
The critical document that was to prove Jerisha Walker's work at all these schools, the high school transcript, it doesn't really exist. The details of credits and classes got muddled during the constant switching of public schools and group homes. So if Jerisha were to enroll in Tulsa Public High School, she'd start as a freshman, even though she's been in school consistently for the last 4 years. Do you feel like you'll make it, honestly?
I really do. And the reason I feel like I will is because I've been so used to people telling me I can't do stuff. And I don't like being told what to do. I don't like being told I can't do something, I won't do something. And like, I didn't expect it to be this hard. Like, you connect to all the people that you went to school with when you were a little kid. They're all in college. And where are you? Nowhere. I just feel like I'm nowhere right now. Everybody's doing something with their lives and I'm not.